Okay, we are off to the races. Okay. Okay, well, welcome everyone to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction workshop. I'm so happy to have everyone here, and these are interactive. So if you have a question, you can just put it in the chat. I'll stop occasionally if you want to come off mute and ask your question. But yeah, I'd love to know where people are calling in from, as well as how you found me. So you can put anything in the chat. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and I'll try to not overwork you, Lara, today with my tangents. We shall see how it goes. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. So today we're talking about the most exciting transit of the year. Yes, I know Pluto went into Aquarius yesterday. Everybody's talking about Pluto going back into Aquarius, but Pluto, it's a generational planet. So, and it brings up a lot of things that are difficult to deal with, our shadow energies and mass changes. So I wanted to focus on something more positive. So this is part of why I'm choosing Jupiter Uranus to focus on. And I'm calling this expansive breakthroughs. So for anyone who's new to me, I feel like my internet is not stable. If anything, if there's a problem, Ashley, let me know. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So for anyone who's new to me, I'm Celeste Brooks. I'm an astrologer, coach, and a teacher. And I offer natal chart readings, including rectification. So if you or you know anyone who doesn't know their birth time and is interested in finding it out, I can help them by back calculating their birth time based on events in their lives. I love mundane astrology, so I always throw in things about worldly events, which I'm going to do today, because I think that really helps us make astrology more real and more present in our daily lives when we see what is happening out in the collective and how it reflects the planetary patterns. I'm a speaker for astrology groups, schools, and conferences. I'm going to be speaking at NORWAC in May. So there's still a few spots left. So if you want to go to this conference in Seattle, I'd suggest you book it now. You can also just do it virtually if you so choose. Yeah, I'm going to be an Astrology Hub guide this year for anyone who's an Astrology Hub member. May is my month. And I'm going to be teaching a class about the moon for Synchronicity University as well. I'm the host of the Celestial Insights podcast, available wherever you listen, Apple, Spotify, all those things, um, to help you navigate the energies of the week like a boss. I also am very involved in the organization of professional astrology. I do transit talks every month. I'm a Taurus sun, Aries moon, Cancer rising. In my background, before I jumped off a cliff 2 years ago to become a full-time astrologer, I worked in corporate for 25 plus years in sales, marketing, and business development. I always like to start with a quote, and I love this quote. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And I think this is such a great thing to remember, especially since Jupiter and Uranus are meeting in the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. As a Taurus with a Taurus stellium, meaning 3 or more planets in Taurus, I know of what I speak. We can be very stubborn and resistant to change, but this is such a great opportunity to welcome change for your expansive growth. And Socrates made this quote. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I'm starting my Astrology Foundations 201 course on January 31st, so I'll offer people the opportunity to sign up if they want to learn with me in my next level course. And then I'll do hot take chart reading. So I'll do as many people as I can. And I'm going to try to leave a whole hour to do chart readings. But yeah, if you don't get your chart read, you may get what we call a cleat-on from me talking to someone else, and it may feel like I'm talking to you. So there'll be opportunity for learnings either way. But I do as many as I can. Yes. Great. So why start preparing now? This transit's not till April 20th. And the reason is because this is the most positive transit of a chaotic year. There's a lot of chaotic energy out there this year. And we can just like go along and just let ourselves be distracted by all the noise. Or in our own lives, we can do some focusing to bring some positive growth into our lives. Events are already happening relating to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I mean, Jupiter went into Taurus last May, so you can think about, especially when I get to what's happening for each sign, about what you've already noticed of relationship to this transit since last May. But the April 20th is the culmination, and then the energy starts to release. So we want to put our energy in now to have the maximum benefit. Yeah. And right now, Saturn and Jupiter are in a supportive sextile. So Saturn is supporting your Jupiter growth, at helping it be controlled. When Jupiter goes into Gemini, Saturn and Jupiter will be in a square, and squares are tension. So you can still have growth, but there may be it just may be a little harder or to do it. Also, to bring awareness to some of the things, some of the pitfalls. I mean, somebody's going to step on the scale on April 20th and almost pass out when they realize how much weight they've gained. So knowing, Jupiter rules over indulgence as well as all these other beautiful things can help you be prepared and aware. Yeah. And directing your energy for growth. Jupiter's where we just put in a little effort, and there's just this it gives it back threefold. It's the cosmic Santa versus Saturn, where we have to like work and work, and then when you achieve, it's wonderful, but there's more work. So why fight against the tides when you can put some of your energy into where it's naturally growing? And sometimes when things are easier, we don't realize it. So knowing will help us be putting our energy in that. And I mean, I'm constantly marveling and amazed about the timing of cosmic events, and as above, so below. And yeah, so could just bring just that awe of the universe. You can relish the beauty and not just mourn any losses that come on this year, and laying the foundation for 2025, which is going to be a really big year for the collective. Was there a question?
I don't see any yet, but I'm going through. There's a lot of comments, so I'll let you know if I come across one.
Okay. And then I read the comments at the end as well. But Ashley is one of my mentees, and she's monitoring the chat. And if you would like a reading, you can put your name and your birth time in there, and she's creating a list. And then I'll use random number generator at the end, except I have two I want to talk about already. Okay. So we also have to, transits don't happen in a vacuum. It's important to take a step back and see the big picture of what is going on. So this is the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction here. They're meeting at 21 degrees of Taurus on April 20th. But we have other things going on. So Jupiter's been in Taurus since May 16th of last year. So you can think about whatever growth that you've had since then. Jupiter stays in a sign about a year. So it won't be back into Taurus for another 12 years after it leaves. So this is a time, you have a time to focus your energies on this part of your chart. It's going to move into Gemini on May 25th. And Gemini is the sign of its detriment. So there's just going to be a lot of news. Gemini rules news and distractions. And it can be like squirrel, squirrel, squirrel with Gemini because it's a mutable air sign. Air communicates and air connects.
It allows you to
Earth. Oh, Judith, I think you, thank
I
you.
got it.
Okay. Taurus is Earth. Earth manifests in the real world. That's another reason to be so excited about it, like resources and things that you can actually see and touch with Taurus. We also have Saturn and Pisces until 2025. It's going to go, all these three planets are going to go into the next sign and come back again. And Saturn stays in a sign 2.5 years. So and it's a big deal with Saturn and Pisces. One thing we can have on a positive note is Saturn is reality and Pisces is the dream. So you can think about how you can use this energy to make your dreams a reality. Yeah, there's a lot of other things with Saturn and Pisces, water crises, the refugee crisis, yeah, controlling some of these things. We're seeing a lack of empathy is one of the things we see. We see like some horrific things every time Saturn goes into Pisces. We've got all these wars and tragedies, but yeah, but we can make our dreams a reality. Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018, so it stays in a sign 7 years. So it's been doing its work for a while, but it's going to leave soon next year and go into Gemini, and that's going to be interesting. Yeah. Neptune's in Pisces till March 30th of next year. So see how next year we have all this shifting energy. There is going to be big changes with that. Now Pluto's in Aquarius, except some people are saying it's in Aquarius for now. No, Pluto's going back into Capricorn to the 29th degree from September 1st to November 19th, just in time for us in the US to have an election of two very elderly men vying for the presidency. It's such the 29th degree of Capricorn, this late stage capitalism. Capricorn rules governments. Joe Biden's been in government since he's like his 30s. Donald Trump's been a business leader for his life. He's Capricorn rules big business and he's a real estate developer and all that stuff. So we really see this 29 Capricorn. But in general, we're seeing transformations of the collective with Pluto and Aquarius that are coming fast and furious, some of which we can't even imagine with all the AI and things that are happening, the mass migration of people. Yeah, so there's a lot for us to handle with that. Also, the North Node's in Aries, a sign of taking risks, being adventurous, uh, pioneering new paths, independence in order to grow yourself where you want to grow, but it also rules conflict and war. So we're seeing this, and the North Node amplifies things. So we're seeing all of this, war and stuff around the world. The South Node in Libra, an air sign, that rules like tact and civility and beauty and art and things like that. And we're seeing like a drain. The South Node is a cosmic broom. It sweeps and it's a bit of a drain. So this is a lot for us to metabolize all of this upheaval. So focusing our energy on positive growth, I think, is a great way to use this beautiful transit that's coming. Any comments, Ashley, before I go on?
None that I've gotten to yet.
Okay.
But I'm still scrolling, so if you left a comment, I just haven't seen it yet.
So to begin, let's start about the nature of Jupiter so that everybody knows what Jupiter is. So Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system, and it's thought that it protects the Earth from space junk. So Jupiter is a protector, is one of its functions. It's called the cosmic Santa Claus because, in general, when you have a Jupiter transit, there's something nice that comes to you. It blesses, it invests in. Think about the people you've invested, who have invested in you. Jupiter has an association with benefactors, like people out there who are cheering for you, wanting you to grow and have your back. And you may not even realize it, but there are people out there. They're like hidden angels, I feel like, with Jupiter. Jupiter educates and explores. Yeah, it rules benevolence, optimism. Like assume people who have strong Jupiter energy just assume things will go well sometimes, and things just do go well sometimes. Like when you have Jupiter conjunct your sun or an angle, you can be born under a lucky star kind of thing. Good fortune. Now, too much of a good thing can be too much. It rules excess, overindulgence. Laziness is another thing that Jupiter rules. Yeah, so you can just let this transit roll on by and do nothing, or you can put some energy in. Now, it also rules like belief systems and knowledge and information, like Mercury's the facts, Jupiter's the wisdom or the weaving it together. So it also rules like hypocrisy, arrogance, bloviating. Hopefully, nobody thinks I'm bloviating as I talk about this. But yeah, Jupiter could be too much of a good thing, or like just feeling like, yeah, your belief systems are the way things really are. But the beauty of it is about abundance and expansion. And Jupiter unites, it's the greater benefic. Venus is the lesser benefic, and both of them like tend to sweeten life and bring nice things. Yeah, I'd already said it, a year and a sign. Now, paper Jupiter rules are judges. Like Jupiter rules the truth. So they are charged with deciding who's telling the true story. Teachers, it educates. Philosophers, royalty, rich people, billionaires, things like that, wealthy people, celebrities, religious figures. These are just some pictures of for Jupiter. Yeah. Success is a Jupiter word. Horses, the liver. So you can think about like putting some energy into, yeah, making your liver healthier if you want with this. It does rule obesity. Doctors are Jupiterian figures because they're here to help us heal and feel better. Yeah. Money, yeah, some people are going to be making more money than they ever thought they could, or hitting the jackpot. Somebody's going to win the lotto with this transit. Maybe a big group of people. Notice if a big group of people win the lotto around April. And Uranus. Uranus is the thing that's so great about Uranus is the Great Awakener. It's the higher octave of Mercury. Mercury rules our thought processes and communication, transportation and commerce. Yeah. It's genius. You know, you can think like Albert Einstein energy, or like when you see these little kids on TikTok or Instagram and they're doing math problems where like I can barely add five and eight without a calculator. And you see these little kids like spitting out knowledge or the spelling bee or all these kinds of things, just this innate natural brilliance. Now, it's also eccentricity, like people who are very unique or do things their own way or stand out as individuals. It's like the rebel as well. Now, it can be a rebel fighting for a cause or a rebel not fighting for a cause, someone who just wants to shock. Yeah, shocks and awe are Uranian. Sudden events. So a lot of times because Uranus can bring like a sudden break, like the stress, the tension keeps building and then boom, there's a break, like a lightning strike. But it's also Eureka, I've struck gold. You can think about, yeah, earthquakes are Uranian, where all of a sudden, the earth is shaking. Surprises. And there can be wonderful surprises. Yeah. These astrologers, I like the Magi, see Uranus as a benefic, but it's also associated with hard events. But I like Uranus. Yeah. It also rules fame. And so there are going to be people who suddenly get famous with this transit. Yeah, and they like this. Think about people who've like really grown over the last year. I mean, myself included. I've had so many. It's in my 11th house. I've been speaking a lot more, putting my name out there for organizations and groups, especially since last summer. And it's our relationship to individuality. Like Saturn is tradition. When we speak about the Capricorn nature of Saturn, and Uranus is like wanting to make things better, change. It's a change maker. It awakens us. It liberates. It disrupts, shocks, breaks, and surprises, I should say. Yeah, 7 years in a sign. It goes around the chart. It takes 84 years, so most people only have one Uranus return, if that. Yeah, humanitarians or Uranian figures who want people to be treated the same way and are willing to take the actions to do that. Strikes are very Uranian, like, and unions, bonding together for achieving things. Yeah, aviation. Rules aviation and like going to the moon or Mars or other planets, thinking outside the box. You can think power to the people with revolutionary scientific advancements, astronauts, surprises. Also, like LGBTQIA issues are Uranian. Also, like bombs. And Taurus is a fixed earth sign. Yeah. And with earth, we can manifest. It rules the neck, the shoulders, the throat, the metabolic system. I have is Taurus' statement. So it's associated with our resources. Money is Taurian, as well as sensual pleasures, the flowers, jewelry, singing, beautiful things. Venus rules Taurus. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, relationship, rules Taurus and Libra. But Taurus is its earth sign. Yeah, stage actors have beautiful voices that they need to be able to project. Yeah, Adele, Lizzo, Barbara Streisand. These are just some Taurus singers that come to mind. It also it rules the natural ruler of the second house, which speaks to also to our natural talents. Self-esteem is a big Taurus word, and what we value. Yeah, Venus values, Venus compares, Venus also brings together, sweetens. It's a beautiful energy. Yeah, says the Taurus. Yeah, so it also rules earth, like land. Uranus and Taurus is like violations of land boundaries. You can see like Uranus was in Taurus at World War II. Now again, we're seeing all this conflict. But it also Taurus rules flowers, the bulls, cows. Notice stories about cows around or bulls around the time of this. Medusa, um, the fixed star Algol is at 26 Taurus. So this is very close to that fixed star that has a lot of negative connotations in terms of like don't lose your head with this transit. Um, it's within 5 degrees, so it's pretty close. Oh, jewelry. Yeah, people are going to be getting surprise engagements in April. And these are just some of most of these stories have happened just since Jupiter went direct at 5 degrees of Taurus on December 30th. So, like within days, the Queen Margrethe of Denmark announced she was going to abdicate the throne, and that was a huge surprise to people. Jupiter rules Jupiter rules royalty, and Uranus breaks, shocks, and like it's over. She's not queen anymore. King Charles has a prostate problem, and Kate Middleton. Taurus, like the earth signs, are associated with health and wealth. So to royalty people who've had sudden health issues that apparently are causing concern with England. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, probably shocking news around March between with them. There's things that are impacting their charts. Celebrities. Kanye West has taken out his teeth and replaced them with titanium, which is very strange. $1 million worth of titanium. So Jupiter, he spent massive amount of wealth to do this strange, eccentric thing of replacing his teeth. Yeah, we're going to be hearing more about Kanye. He's very activated this year. Alec Baldwin, another celebrity. This transit is opposite his Chiron in Aquarius. Squaring his Chiron in Aquarius, excuse me. And he accidentally killed that woman a couple of years ago. Well, we may have his trial this year. The Pope has been poping out over the last month. He approved same-sex blessings. That was last year. Now, Mercury was retrograde with that, so hopefully that will stick and not be reversed. He called this year the year of prayer. So really putting, prayer, you are asking for God to bless you. Yeah. And I feel like that's something with this as well as he said, sexual pleasure is a gift from God. Sexual pleasure, Taurus rules sensual pleasures. Yeah, and gift from God. Jupiter has connotations of God as well. And gifts. So he's been doing some surprise. Oh, I forgot the airlines. There's all this stuff with Boeing Airlines are like a door plug fell off that we saw that like window fly out of the plane. The government grounded them. I'm concerned about like some kind of big aviation accident around this transit. I'm not,
Celeste,
yes.
sorry, I came upon a question really quick before
Oh,
I
yeah,
lose it.
of course.
How big of an orb should they use for the conjunction?
I would say at least 5 degrees on either side, but also just like the house that this is impacting. There's growth in the house, even if you don't have any planets there. But if there's 5 degrees on either side, I think you'll have like like concrete events in your life of the nature of this. Yeah, medical advancements is Uranian. Breakthroughs and morning sickness. I think this is related to this transit. The whole Wegovy and Ozempic, these medications that help fight obesity, Jupiter conjunct Uranus. Yeah, Jupiter rules obesity, and Uranus, the scientific advancement that's transforming people's lives. and improving their health for the most part, although there's side effects. Aliens are very Pluto and Aquarius, but it's also Uranian. And so there was on New Year's Day after there was this big thing in the mall in Miami where people were saying they were seeing aliens. We'll be seeing a lot of alien stories this year. Very a sad and upsetting event was, which is the Jupiter-Uranus transit. Like literally, Israel blew up this university in Gaza this week, and it was made news. It made news yesterday, but universities are Jupiter, places where people go to learn. Bombs, like boom, it's obliterated Uranus. The scientific advancements about cloning monkeys, that's very concerning. That's like Pluto and Aquarius and this Jupiter Uranus. A lot of these anti-trans bills, there may be some court cases around this that happen around the transit. Abortion is Uranian. Uranus rules abortion. So Jupiter rules legal stuff. Conjunct Uranus, there could be some, I know people are trying to take away one of these abortion medications. There can be more legal cases around that. Abortion is about freedom, Biden says. Jupiter and Uranus both have associations with freedom. Donald Trump is a Jupiter person. He is a celebrity. And he has all these court cases, Jupiter. So yeah, for all sorts of things. And like hush money, this is very Taurian, as well as there's all sorts of things with him. And earthquakes, probably there's going to be some big earthquakes around this. But in Japan, right as Jupiter turned direct, there was a bunch of, like, I think hundreds of little earthquakes in Japan. So these are some of the things to notice about this transit.
There's some questions about if beauty and art, artists will be affected.
Some people will make Uranus is like eureka, breakthrough. Some artists will make, notice who breaks through. And if you go look at their chart, they probably have Taurus or this transit activating their chart in some way. So yeah, we will see expansion, Jupiter, in Taurus of art or yeah, all sorts of things. Notice the movies that are coming out. How do they relate to this Jupiter-Uranus theme? I just started watching this True Detective. I'm really interested to see how this theme on HBO will be in this season of the show.
I just
I
started
have
watching
a,
it too.
Oh, good.
que-
Yeah, last week was amazing.
I
I loved
have a
it.
question. So, Celeste, um, where where will the earthquakes happen? Like around where are the earthquakes gonna hit in the world?
That's a great question. I don't know. I haven't looked that closely, but we are having the eclipse in April is going across the United States and parts of Canada and I think
I
Mexico
live
as
in
well.
Vancouver.
Oh, it's more on the East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. There may be some big event here. I hope not. I live in California,
I
but
know.
yeah, there probably will be some earthquakes somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Years
would look
ago.
to if you cast the chart for this transit in
Yeah.
your where you are, if it's like at the cusp of the fourth house,
Yeah.
that could be indication of some kind of
Yeah.
earthquake or really any of the angles, but
I
especially the
don't.
fourth or
Yeah.
12th, 10th,
I
excuse me.
don't have a computer and
Okay.
I can't, I'm not able to write. I live on my own
Okay.
and only have support some of the time, but I basically am like, I'm a strong-willed human being.
Okay.
As you'll find out when you read my chart, I put my information in the chat.
Okay. Great. Let's see.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this is happening during eclipse season, and it's the Great American Eclipse. So it's going across the country. Where the eclipse goes, we'll see events happening. It's also related to the election. I mean, there's a lot that's going to be going on related to this eclipse. Yeah. And Mercury is retrograde during the time. So Uranus rules revolutions. There's probably going to be some big breakout of violence somewhere in the world around this time. So just so you know, it's probably going to happen. Now, Venus rules Taurus, and Venus is in detriment in Aries at the time and conjunct Chiron. And the eclipse on April 8th is going to be at 19 degrees of Aries, and it's conjunct Chiron. So there'll be some activation of events related to the eclipse at the same time as this. So and the sun, which spotlights things, is actually on Joe Biden's moon. So there could be more about his popularity, or like even an event that he could have squaring Pluto. So there's the sun spotlights things, this tense relationship with Pluto, which unearths things. There could be big secrets coming out, or a focus on, the tragedies, mass migration, all these kinds of things. Yeah, health news. It's taking place for the United States in the sixth house. The sixth house rules health, illness, workers, the people who do the work, like a great big strike, like a postal strike could be something that happens. The post office, they're working these postal carriers unbelievable hours, at least where I live, and they have to put up with a lot, like crime and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. There could be more unattractive or shocking beauty trends. I mean, this replacing your teeth with whatever, or there's this new thing where people are having freckles put on their faces intentionally, and the pictures of them right after their treatments are pretty shocking. So notice if you see some kind of shocking beauty trends with the South Node in Libra, a cosmic broom kind of pushing things away. Big strikes, there'll probably be more strikes. I'm wondering if there'll be a water event with all of this Pisces energy here. Pisces is a water sign, like a dam breaks or some kind of big storms around this could be what is going on. And I wonder if President Biden might have a problem with getting impeached. We'll see. This is his ascendant, pretty close. He's at like I think he's 2 degrees of Sagittarius, and his midheaven's like 19 or 20 Virgo. So I think there'll be a story around him directly. And in this chart, he's represented by this Mercury, but let's not go on that tangent. I'll talk about predictions and stuff more closer to the event. But for today, I want to help people prepare on a personal level. So when you're looking at your chart and you're building your story, look to where Taurus is in your chart. So what house do you have Taurus on the cusp or inside the house? That's where the growth potential is, and Uranus has been in that house working since 2018. Really think about what growth, expansion, luck, opportunities, serendipity have happened since May of 2023 in this house, the topics that the house rules.
I have a couple of questions, Celeste. Um, someone is asking for advice for if it falls in the financial houses, the second and eighth.
Yeah, well, I'll get to each house in a minute. Yeah, I'll go through each house.
And the second question is, does Uranus opposing Chiron always have to be negative in this transition, like Alex Baldwin? Or, can you give any insight to positive possibilities?
Chiron's about healing. So Uranus, well, a lot of people have Chiron opposite Uranus in their natal charts, myself included. So that's just the nature of the fact that they were in opposition for many, many years. I don't know off the top of my head, but no, Chiron doesn't have to be anything bad. Uranus Chiron could be meeting the love of your life. Chiron has associations with your love partner as well as your career. So it could be getting a new job with Chiron being activated by Uranus.
If someone has Uranus Jupiter conjunct natally, will they experience this more?
Yes. Yes, even in the same sign, as long as they're talking in your chart.
Chiron, Uranus is spontaneous healing and new developments in medicine and psychological healing as well.
I love that, Melissa. Yes. Yeah. Lots of healing can go on in April. The eclipse on April 8th is conjunct Chiron. Chiron's the wounded healer. So there's this beautiful opportunity to do healing and new
Instant
medicine.
cessation of wars. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. Jupiter conjunct
Yeah,
Uranus.
and treaties happening because of the South Node.
That would be wonderful if it's
Revisiting the reason for that war in Gaza could bring actually bring surprising resolution.
that would be incredible. I love that. Yes, because this transit is happening right near the sun of Israel. Israel's sun is at 23 Taurus, and this is happening at 21 Taurus. So it's like it can be the expansion of the chaos, or it can be the coming to an agreement to end the chaos. Yeah, I love that.
That's all I've got for now.
Yeah. So planets, if you have planets, nodes, or your angles, meaning ascendant, midheaven, descendant, or IC, between 16 and 24 degrees of a fixed sign, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you're more likely going to have a story that you recognize. Because for Taurus, it's a conjunction. Conjunctions like fuse the energy. This is happening on my Mercury, and I'm doing all this speaking and talking in my 11th house for groups and organizations. So I know the story and I'm leaning into that. That's where I'm putting my energy in. Yeah. Leo, it's and Aquarius, it's a square. So squares are tension, squares are activating. It may be something inside of you where you have this like real desire for growth and to break through boundaries. Yeah. And then you take the actions to do so. For Scorpio, it's an opposition. So it may come in from someone outside of yourself, or someone outside of yourself may have the Jupiter-Uranus bonanza. You look to your natal placements of Jupiter and Uranus by house, sign, and aspects. What are they doing? Are they conjunct? Are they talking? Are they in a trine, which is an easy flowing energy, or a sextile, an energy of opportunity? Or are they square, opposite, or what? Or not talking to each other at all? You can look at that, can help build your story. And where are they just in general? What house do you have Jupiter in, and what house do you have Uranus in? There can be growth and expansion in that part of your chart as well. Yeah, and hard aspects are the conjunctions, the oppositions and the squares. The soft aspects are the trines and the sextiles. Quincunxes are in between. So, and I'm including Saturn here as well because I think really you can think about how they work together. Jupiter is where you expand. Saturn's where you are tested, where you need discipline, structure, where you have earned success when you when you work on something. This Jupiter-Uranus conjunction can bring blessings, expansion, liberation as a key word. Now, it can also bring too much and stress. Uranus can be stressful. So you want to keep that in mind with this. So I recommend you look at your sun and rising sign. So if they're different, there may be two areas in your chart where you're experiencing some of this growth and expansion. So if you're in Aries, this beautiful transit is happening in your second house. Resources, income. You may get like a raise or like win something at an auction, or somebody just gives you a gift that adds to your resources. Now it also rules values. So you may decide you have some changing in your values. You may break with an old belief system or something like that. Also, self-esteem, like you may achieve something that makes you just feel so much better about yourself, or and it's also your innate talent. So if you put energy into like developing a talent, you could have some success. Now, Saturn in your 12th house is testing you, and the 12th house rules escapism. Now, if you're being lazy and fooling around with this transit, you may not reap as many rewards. So, understanding what is your self-undoing can be helpful for you to maximize this transit. And for an Aries, I would say think about how being impulsive can get you off track. So how can you stay the course with Jupiter and Uranus in this fixed Earth sign and use Saturn to support you by having more discipline over your self-undoing or escapist tendencies. Yeah, and recognizing what needs to end. The 12th house is also ending so that you can have that growth in your second house. Yeah, maybe you need to spend some time in seclusion and solitude in order to put your energy into the Jupiter-Uranus growth. For Taurus, it's the first house of the self, the identity, the vitality. This could be you make a decision in order to do something, in order to boost your vitality. Typically, when Jupiter's in your first house, it suggests there's something like you're feeling good. Now, Jupiter makes everything bigger, so it can make your physical body bigger. So this is a good for Tauruses to be mindful of overindulgence. Some Tauruses are probably going to start one of these weight loss drugs or go, I love doing my prolonged cleanses and yeah, change your image. Kanye West oh no, he's a Gemini, not a Taurus, but that he has Mars in Taurus and Venus in Taurus. Anyway, this is changing his teeth and all this mess. I don't know. Anyway, like the appearance or the image, the mask you wear, you may make some adjustments or changes, but it can be about you putting your energy out in the world to grow, break barriers, achieve the dreams that you want to achieve. Like when I became a astrologer for money, when I moved past my hobby, my first goal was I want to be an astrology hub guide, and I'm doing it this year, and I'm a Taurus. So that's like one of my dreams come true, Saturn making it a reality, because Saturn's in the 11th house of groups. So where I have works, discipline, tests. So discipline, like I do my Instagram, my podcast, my newsletters out to my community in order to, build their understanding of astrology, come to me for their needs, all of that kind of stuff that earns success in the 11th house by putting the energy out there. And I'm sure benefactors behind the scenes were the ones who helped me get to it, kind of thing. Yeah, so the 11th house is hopes and dreams, communities, groups, friends, teams, the collective, the future. Yeah, putting like doing the work there can bring the success to the identity. If you're a Gemini, this is happening in your 12th house. So for Geminis, really, I think a lot of this can be preparing for the Jupiter transit going into your first house, because that's when you are going to get like the more shiny glow for Geminis. So what are you doing to tame any or heal any self-undoing and that sort of thing? Sleep hygiene can be great for Geminis. This can be a wonderful time for Geminis because Gemini's mutable air. If you are like dealing with a lot of anxiety or like a scatteredness, like get it together over this next several months so that you can make the most of Jupiter going into your first house. Yeah, I'm loving this open nervous system reset. It's an app. It's free for the rest of the month. I guess the month is almost over, but it gives you like a meditation, a movement practice, a what's the other thing? A sound healing and a breath work every day in order to reconnect neural pathways. I think that's a beautiful thing for anyone with a Gemini sun or rising to do. And Saturn's in your work house. So you may be deciding you need to change a job, like ending it in order to bring you growth and achieving something in your 10th house by putting in that hard work. Now, if you're being lazy and self-undoing, like this could be you're fired. So you need to keep that in mind. You can think about, yeah, what Donald Trump's going through with all of his court cases and everything. He's having that Saturnian about the things he's done in work because of like decisions he's made, like that self-undoing. He's a Gemini. For Cancer, the growth is in your 11th house. So I'm a Taurus sun, a Cancer rising. So I've got this dual 11th house story going on where you can have, and the 11th house is a positive house. It's a house of good fortune, hopes, and dreams. So yeah, what actions are you going to take to make your dreams come true? Are you going to join, if you're lonely, join a group, join an organization. The Organization of Professional Astrologers is a wonderful organization. We're going to be having a conference in October in person. Yeah, you can join that. And there's just beautiful things that come with the Organization of Professional Astrologers. I do moon workshops every month. You can come to some of those in order to be with spiritual, people interested in astrology. Yeah. Friends, doing more with friends, maybe you decide you need to break Uranus with a friend group that is no longer serving you, or like something like I'm kind of over my book club. Hopefully nobody's hearing this, but I like it's an 11th house thing. I've been in it since 1994. I'm kind of done with it. So yeah, even though, there are people I like, but it's time for evolving to different things. The tests are coming in your 9th house. Are you traveling a lot for work? Are you learning new things? Yeah, some people maybe like have legal stuff going on. Yeah. Or are you, traveling for work, putting your energy into publishing something, like bringing like discipline, a writer, like bringing discipline to get your book done or your whatever done and publishing it, broadcasting it so that you can have that wonderful growth in the 11th house as you go on your book tour or what have you. For Leos, the growth is in your 10th house, your career house. Maybe you're changing a job. Yeah, status, fame, reputation. Some like Leos, I'm sure, are going to be propelled into fame or have like shocking, shocking breaks. And Saturn's in the 8th house. So the 8th house is the house of the shadows. It's a house of worry. Now, Saturn in the 8th house can be a wonderful time to do therapy where you're putting your energy into healing, some old psychological wounds. Now, it also rules debt. So you may like be putting your energy into your job so that you can pay off debt, or making more money from your job so that you can pay off debt. Yeah. Joint finances. Yeah. So, yeah. Also, intimacy can be something. Inheritance is another topic. This can be a great time for people with Leos to like craft your will and everything, so you know everything that people want to have happen when you're gone, in order to cement your 10th house legacy with your children or whatever you're donating to and all that kind of stuff. Any questions in the chat, Ashley, before I go on?
Not that I see yet.
Okay. How am I doing on time? Oh, already a little behind. Okay, let me. Oh, Venusia? Yes. Did you have a question? I forget your real name. Okay, maybe just have your hand up for a reading. Okay, so for Virgo, this is in your 9th house, a great time for learning, long distance travel, thinking about your philosophy, maybe changing some of your belief systems. Yeah, great time to study astrology or any kind of tarot or anything. The divination systems are 9th house topics. Do you want to, go back to school or learn something? Yeah. The discipline can be in your 7th house. The 7th house rules marriage, love partners, business partners. Yeah, your partner may be feeling the squeeze with this Saturn there, being tested. Best friends are also there. You and your partner could go on a long distance travel to rekindle your love if it's gotten stale. For Scorpios, this transit is happening in your 7th house. Surprise proposals. You get your boo comes to you with a ring, or let's go do this, that, the other thing, go on vacation. The 5th house can be about vacations with yeah. Or like some people are going to get divorced. Yeah, Jupiter and Uranus are about freedom. Like there may be people who've been like wanting to break free from this marriage for years, and they finally get up the gumption and the courage to do so. And Saturn in the 5th house, it could be disappointing to their children. The 5th house rules children, and they could have all kinds of issues there. But also it can be supportive. Maybe they move in with one of their older children. Yeah, the 5th house is about love and romance and all of that kind of thing. So maybe you are taking less time or like planning dates and things like a job in order to save your relationship if you're having problems, and it could be really successful. For Sagittarius, the 6th house, this is a great time for Sagittarius to get serious about their health, because they can have breakthroughs, their routines and daily habits, because the 6th house rules illness. If you have this transit happening here, if anything comes up, just go to the doctor and take care of it. It also can be like you have some growth in your work, but it might not necessarily give you a lot of money, but maybe more esteem. Patty, did you have a question?
Yeah, you missed Libra, Celeste. And hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I miss Libra. Oh, thank you. I just went on by it. I'm doing well. I'm sorry, Libra.
That's all.
So Libra, it's in your 8th house. So you could have like receive an inheritance, like pay down debt could be something you're focused on. Yeah. Um, the healing through therapy would be wonderful. Yeah, the 8th house rules shadows. It rules death. You're not likely to die or anything, but you may like be confronting feelings of your longevity or something that you can take actions around. Yeah, you could do your will too. And bring structure into your, like if you have some kind of scare or something about your health, to bring structure into your routines and rituals to live a longer, more fruitful life. Sorry, Libra. Yeah, or you could have a pet that is testing you. Or yeah, a pet, like, yeah, could have something that makes you think about, the worry stuff, but they'll be fine. You just take them to the vet. Yeah. Okay, I did Scorpio. Oh, Sagittarius, you could be having tests or support from your family. Your This one could be interesting to do like an ancestry project, which could be a lot of work, but give you some growth. Also, like your parents, there could be something where you find that you're getting really busy with like mundane tasks and be the 6th house because your parents have need you more or something like that. For Capricorn, the 5th house, this is great for Capricorn. The 5th house is a positive house, the house of good fortune, children, romance, sex, love, pleasure, gambling, all these things. Yeah, you can have growth in this area. If you have put down a hobby because you spend all your time working, pick it back up and enjoy it. Yeah, you could also have a surprise proposal or surprise pregnancy. Be careful if you don't want that. Now, there can be tests or discipline or support from neighbors, siblings. Yeah, you can. The 5th house is also the house of self-expression. This could be a great time for a Capricorn to do something like Toastmasters, where you develop your speaking ability, because with Saturn there in the 3rd house of communication, bring some discipline to how you speak, could give you some growth of your self-expression. Aquarius, the growth is in your 4th house. Are you redecorating your house, remodeling? A new baby could be growth here as well. Yeah, your family could be expanding.
Celeste, can you just jump back to Capricorn real quick? I just wanted to write something else. I missed it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll assume you got it.
Yes, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Catherine. Yeah, so yeah, Aquarius. Now, maybe you buy a new house and Saturn in your 2nd house, puts a squeeze. Saturn can constrict things on your finances because you're building a new story on your house or buying a new house or all of these kinds of things. Or you get more disciplined with your finances because you want to buy a house. So you're doing the saving of the resources. For Pisces, it rules the 3rd house, sibling. I mean, Pisces is in your 3rd house. Your sister or brother could tell you they're having another baby or getting married or whatever. Yeah. It also rules, maybe you get a new car. It rules cars, short distance travel. It's the active mind. For Pisces, great time to journal. I love that. Or get like a coloring book to color in. Yeah. and like being more disciplined with yourself. Yeah. So Saturn going into your first house can be symbolic of being like separate from people a little bit. And this happened last March, so maybe also losing weight. Some Saturn, like people gain weight with Jupiter, lose weight with Saturn. Hopefully not for a health issue. But yeah, Saturn in your first house, like you may get more disciplined about health stuff because mentally you're a little anxious about your vitality or something. Okay, any other questions, Ashley, before I tell people about the class and then start doing readings?
No, there were some personal questions, but there were a couple of questions about different house systems and how what you're saying can affect a different house system.
Okay, so what I've been saying is just the basics looking at whole houses. So if you know your own chart, you may see it materialize in a different house. Yeah, but the other house systems really, it depends on where you're born to where the placements are. But in general, you can look to like just the sun sign astrology as well as in order to see some kind of growth that's going on in that area.
And when will the recording be available for the replay?
Pretty quickly. It'll be on YouTube right away as soon as it's stop, and then I'll send it out later today with the slides and oh, thank you, Tiffany. I just saw your comment. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to put the link if you want to sign up for the class. Okay, I just put the link in there. I don't know if there's a way to if there's a way to pin it. Okay. But if you want your chart looked at, make sure you put it in now because I'm going to just talk about the class and then we're going to do readings. Okay. Ashley, can you see if oh, Chrisula, I will do the 101 class again soon. I'm not sure. I haven't picked the date. Hi, Alpha. Yeah, if anyone has the Jupiter Uranus on an angle, I'm going to do Kristen because I know she has it on an angle, or touching a planet, let Ashley know. I want to show that so we can do that. Okay. So, Astrology Foundations 201. I will do 101 again soon, but if you buy 201, you can get the recording for 101 at the same time and just catch up with that. Or you can wait for me to teach it again, probably in the fall. I'm not sure exactly yet. I need to get my act together. But the point of 201 is for you people who already know the basics around the houses, the signs, the aspects, and the planets, to expand your knowledge, to be able to look at charts, know where to start, and see what's going on with the personality on a deeper level. So to get into house rulerships, one of the most important topics that sometimes, basic classes don't really teach, derived houses, so you can see everyone in your life and your chart, and natal chart drivers, the planetary patterns that really impact personality, like T-squares or grand trines or stelliums, this sort of thing. Guidance on how to start focusing in on the chart to give an impactful reading, and understand yourself and others better and your relationships. It's going to be a 5-week class, VIP community, optional assignments and reading. And yeah, you can have a study buddy if you so desire. It's going to start on Wednesday, January 31st. This time I'm teaching from 5 to 7 p.m. East Pacific Coast time. Yeah, I had to get my Sundays back. So yeah, I might teach a day class. Like if enough people write me and say, oh, I want to take it, but I can't do that nighttime because I'm in Europe or whatever, just email me. And if enough people are interested, I'll put another class during the day, during the week. Okay, so who's the boss? 1 and 2 are about really diving in, understanding your chart rulers, understanding the rulers of the houses, and being able to really weave the story together. Class 3, natal chart drivers. It's all about you, is about derived houses, seeing everyone in your life through your charts. There's no class February 28th. I have an event, and then March 6th will be transits. We'll be getting into transits. And then Astrology 301 will be more about like transits and progressions and all of this kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'm building out this, series of classes intended to take you from the beginning to expert astrologer. The promise is by the end of the course, you'll learn new techniques for chart interpretation and to understand the drivers of personality and timing of life events, to provide more impactful insights to others as well as yourself. There's over $350 in savings. You get 20% off a reading or a coaching program if you take the class. You get the free Wise Skies digital astrology calendar, so you can have all of the transits and everything in your hand. The wonderful Tiffany is here, who created the calendar, and I'm an affiliate with her every year, and it's fire. Yes, you get 50% off the next 3 Moon Mastery workshops if you want to join those. And the first 10 students, so this is the fast action bonus, you get an Oracle card video from me where you can ask me a question and I'll pull a card and record a video. And I tend to go on and on, as people know, with these. Yes. The doors are open now, so sign up now if you want to come. I'm keeping the price low, $222, 1 payment, or 2 payments of $136, or if you need some other arrangement, you can email me directly. Yeah, all classes are taught live, they're interactive. Here are the upcoming workshops. Next one is February 4th. You can also get a pack of 4 for less expensive, or do the whole year for $260. It's still cheaper to do the whole year than the packs of 4 at this point. But these happen every month, the Sunday before the new moon, and I do hot take readings on those as well. If you just want to come for a reading, there's my website, astrologybyceleste.com, where you can sign up. You'll be on my mailing list for coming to this. If you don't want to be, you can take yourself off very easily. The podcast, Celestial Insights, wherever you listen. I would love if you rate or review it, or if you like my stuff, you can rate me or review me on Google or Yelp. I'd so appreciate any ways to help me expand my work. Yeah. And you can, check me out. Instagram Live. I'm going to be doing more on YouTube too, but Instagram right now is my main platform. Okay. I only went over a little bit. Okay. So, Ashley, how many people do you have on the list?
I have 47.
You have 47? Okay.
Yeah. You have 71. You have 71 participants here right now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do 47, but I'll do my best. Okay. So first up, I want to do Kristen. Are you here, Kristen?
I am.
Hi, Kristen. Okay, great. Let me find you. Oh, Kristen, I wanted to do Kristen because she's having this angular. Wait, you're Flint. Sorry. Okay. Okay, here we go. Kristen, this is your chart, and you are a Libra. And a big thing recently is you've been struggling with like you lost a job last year. Tell me the story.
Yeah, and I was born in Ohio.
Oh, I know that. Wait, hold on. How did I get Oakland up there? Let me.
Yeah, so about my job. So I am a clinical research nurse, and I was at the time doing something related to COVID. And in April, on the 28th, they decided to dissolve our department because the emergency was ending May 11th. So since then, it's kind of been trying to figure out what I'm going to do and what's the best fit for me, kind of thing.
Okay, so here we go. This is your right chart. Yeah, and the reason sorry about that. I don't know why that happened. Okay. Okay. So, and this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is happening right on your 7th house. So things coming in from other people. And we look to Jupiter and Uranus in your natal chart. You have Jupiter in the 3rd house of communication and Uranus in the 1st house of the self. And yeah, are you looking for a new relationship, Kristen, or?
I mean, if it comes about, then it comes about. I'm not going out and seeking it though, no.
Okay. Oh, well, there could be a surprising relationship. You know, the eclipse is happening in the North Node's in your 5th house of dating and self-expression and all of these kinds of things, joy and your children and all of that sort of stuff. So I don't know. It could be something that comes up with that. And you just got a new job offer, right?
I did.
Yeah, so right now Saturn is at your IC and you actually had 2 jobs, right? That came in.
Yeah.
Uh,
One that's supposed to start tomorrow that I'm not going to start. Um, and got a different offer this past Friday.
okay, yeah. And so this is a great example. So when you lost your job was right before a eclipse, a lunar eclipse in Scorpio, and as a Scorpio rising, and it was in your 12th house. So it ended that old job, but now Jupiter's opposite you. You've got these opportunities coming in from other people, and even 2 of them. So that's been a little surprising. So I think you're like having these abundance of jobs is part of this transit for you.
And Saturn was also on my IC when that ended as well. Now it's
Mm,
coming back.
yeah, yeah. We look just right now. Look at your chart. Yeah, your progress moon is in Pisces at your IC as well. So opposite your career house. Yeah, and so Saturn's moving away. So the you were tested, you had to put in a lot of work in order to get a new job, but now you're having that expansion. And now you may decide to turn your sights to like a new relationship or something like that. But really notice the gifts that come in, the benefactors you have coming in from other people. Maybe there'll be some opportunities for speaking or in your local community. You could meet someone at the grocery store or the post office or something like that. And yeah, like be excited about you and your vitality, your energy. Yeah.
So you're telling me I should stop doing online orders and I should go into the store?
Yes, I want you to go into the store. I want you to leave your house and get out in your community. You and your son can go to restaurants or whatever to connect with people.
So I shouldn't be worried about the transit being
Oh,
on my DC.
I wouldn't like looking at your Jupiter in your natal chart. You have Jupiter squaring your nodes. So see Jupiter at 7 Aquarius, squaring the south node in Scorpio, the north node in Taurus. So that's crossroads energy. You can go up or down on the scale depending on how you react. Like for Scorpio, like holding on to emotions too tight or thinking things will go wrong or things like that versus expanding by having that more of that relaxed approach with Taurus, I think is a good thing for you to be embodying with this transit. Speaking your truth comes to me.
That's been a lot of, yeah, that's been there for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, with being a Libra with the South Node on your sun, you are struggling so hard with telling this job that you're not coming because it's really important to you to be fair and nice and all these kinds of things. But you need to have some enjoyment of your daily life and work. So you're going to go with the job you really want.
And it has to align with me. It has to align with me and my passion and what I want and what I want to help humanity with as a whole in general.
Yeah. Yeah, and see how you have Jupiter squaring your Mercury, which rules your midheaven? You've got a multitude of job offers. More may be coming. Okay, Kristen, I want to move on. So, but I hope that helps. But I wouldn't be too worried. You're single. I think it's more likely somebody coming in than anything else.
Oh, that's super interesting. Well, I'll keep you posted.
Keep me posted. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Candace, you don't have it on an angle, but I'll look at your chart quickly. Are you still there? Yeah, I see you there. So Jupiter, the conjunction is happening in your 5th house. So self-expression, joy, hobbies, all of that
I'm
kind of
here.
stuff. Oh, great. It's
Joy, hobbies, and what?
self-expression.
Yeah.
I like you doing, I like you doing hobbies.
Yeah.
Let's look at the swap this. Yeah, are you moving?
Uh, uh, I don't have any plans, but I'm always up for surprises. I love to travel, so
Okay.
maybe I'm moving. Does it show that I'm moving to a different setup or
Well, I'm just asking you because 19 Aries we're having on April 8th. The eclipse is at 19 Aries. It's on your IC, which is your 4th house
yeah,
of home, family, foundation. So there may be some change around that. But
yeah,
you said vacation. 5th house can be about going on a vacation. And it's
yeah,
quincunx your Venus, which rules your 10th house. So do
right.
you do any kind of work?
I work at a movie theater.
Oh.
I'm a greeter and I stop people from sneaking in.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and I also I'm a healer because I've taken Adrian Blackwell's healing course. So
Okay.
I just did a healing on a client the other night.
Okay. Well, it's trying your Pluto, so can you be empowered? Maybe you're going to go on a trip for healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and quincunx your Venus. I would say with this, like around this time, if you're trying to keep someone out of the movie theater and they're really getting aggressive with you, don't engage. Like go get
No,
the
I won't.
boss. So
No,
that
I'll get the boss. And as far as my home life about
Mhm.
moving, I think probably it's more like some worker will probably exit or something like that because my landlord is my brother
Oh,
and
okay.
he lives in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe yeah. So just keep that in mind. Like the fifth house can be the movie theater,
Yeah.
Uranus can be someone acting kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
Venus rules your job. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't engage if you're trust your intuition. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty into that.
Okay. I hope that helps.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, let me get my
Celeste, I have a person named TJ, and he says he has, or she, sorry, I shouldn't prejudge. This transit touches all four angles and four
Ooh,
personal planets.
okay, let's do TJ. What's
Yes, she's a woman. Sorry, TJ. You can come off mute and give Celeste your birth info.
Hi,
Hi,
thank you
TJ.
both. Hi, yes, you can call me Tiana. if it, so yes, I was born May 29, 1994, at 5:35 p.m. in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay. I'm sorry, what did you say? Titiana or Tatiana?
Tiana, please.
Tiana. Okay.
Thank
Hi, Tiana.
you.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so
The chart is a doozy.
let me put you in swap. Okay. Oh, so this is happening to it's on your south node.
Yes.
And the south node can be about, it's a cosmic drain, but it can also be about thinking about if you do something nice for someone else, like the south node can be about generosity or volunteering or helping others without expecting something in return. It could also be about like a belief system. You decide to maybe send down the drain or something like that. Are you married or in a serious relationship?
No, I had a relationship that went on for a few years, and it's officially over now.
Okay, so you have freedom from that relationship.
Yes.
And would you say it was one that was a little detrimental to you?
Yes.
Mm, yeah, so this is like, it can be really hard for Tauruses to break away from difficult relationships. So the South Node in Taurus, even though you're a Gemini, having your South Node in Taurus may suggest that you kind of, in the seventh house of partners, you hold on too long when a relationship's not serving you. And with your North Node in Scorpio, that's supposed to help you like Phoenix and evolve and move on from the difficult situation.
I see. I
Hmm.
may I ask about astrology? This
Hmm.
is something that in my family we have the ability. A great grandmother knew, how to calculate risings before computers, etc. And it's not celebrated in my family. And I am now the one who is going around with the answers. And I wonder if there's something to that where maybe before I had these abilities, I believe the South Node might represent in that Jupiter in the 12th
Mm.
house, like a past ability to read or a spiritual ability that now is like being pushed to the forefront. But I'm worried about making people uncomfortable um,
Mm.
with my predictions, if that's the right word to
Mm.
use.
Yeah, well, you only predict for people who ask you, right?
Yeah, I don't. Well, no one necessarily asked, but how could I say it's more so my interest. So I'm not speaking about them, but talking about astrology openly. I
Oh,
don't want to make
okay.
anybody uncomfortable.
Mm. Okay, so Mercury retrograde at that time And that rules your 11th house. Have people given you the feedback that this is making me uncomfortable?
No, I've never received that. I just feel it.
Okay, well, you have Neptune and Uranus in your third house of the mind. So maybe you just get downloads about things, and you have Jupiter in a sextile with Uranus, although it's pretty wide in Scorpio. Yeah, you may just be intuitive. Yeah, maybe you'll get maybe you'll start getting more downloads around this time. So really notice what's coming up for you. You're in your Saturn return too. Interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's a support. So you're talking about your family, that there's this Saturn and Pisces, this intuitive knowledge that's been passed down from generations that there's no real explanation for. Yeah. So this may be like somebody new coming into your life. Notice if you have a conflict with like a best friend because you're giving predictions and they're like, what are you talking about? Yeah, this makes me
Okay.
uncomfortable. And Jupiter going into Gemini will maybe bring some growth to you personally. I hope
Thank you.
that helps.
Yeah, it does. I appreciate your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? Any others, Ashley, in regards to?
Yeah, I have, let's see.
In regards to being on like an angle or something?
I just seen one that was said it was on her Venus.
Ooh, that Uranus on your Venus could be exciting proposals. One more thing about you, Tiana, with all this Cancer in the eighth house, that suggests intuitive stuff too.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Jana or Jana, Hinz, Hinz. You can come off mute.
Yes, hi, it's Jana.
Jana, okay. And her birthday is April 20th. You can give Celeste the rest of your details.
Okay, sure. It's April 20th, 1970 at 10:17 a.m. in
This
Lebanon,
lady's 2 years younger than you.
Lebanon, Missouri.
Okay. Well, I can tell you what, you are going to have an interesting year
I
coming
know.
up because this is happening on your birthday,
I
meaning
know.
your solar return will have this chart. Let's look at your solar return. So for anyone who doesn't know, a solar return is when the sun comes back to where it was when you were born. Look at this, a Leo rising for the year, and the sun at your 10th house. So, do you want to do any expansion with work and things like that? This is in your 10th house.
Yeah,
Work, career,
yes.
reputation.
Yeah, I'm completing my doctorate in marriage and family therapy, and I'm trying to launch a company to provide continuing education to helpers and healers.
I love that. So you're finishing your doctorate,
Mhm.
and we see like Neptune, the dream, the manifesting the dream, like the completion of that. And we've got Mercury. Yeah, uh it's interesting. Mercury's retrograde during this solar return for you. So will there be a lot of stuff that you're taking stuff from the past and building it in order to
Yeah, when you say that, the other dream that I think I really have is healing. My father has done an enormous amount of genealogy work. So doing like case studies, family system studies, and writing about, and I don't know if it'll be clinical writing or more kind of historical fiction or case studies, but it's really a blend of communicating the way emotions or anxieties or themes travel through family systems and how to loosen that ancestral karma, ancestral bonds. So that's really where it's kind of coming together for me.
Well, we're talking about, yeah, this is so interesting. This is your solar return. Venus rules your fourth house in your solar return, and you're talking about this family ancestral stuff. And Venus is conjunct Chiron. You're talking about using this for healing, and doing some writing, Mercury, about the past and all of that kind of stuff. So yes, this feels like the ninth house is a house of broadcasting. So whether it's fiction or whether it's not, yeah, and I think this is wonderful. Yeah. And you're going to be accounting, like Moon and Virgo, like documenting, making an account of this family stuff. I think this is really incredible. Yeah. And let's just look at your natal chart. Yeah. So if you're like, and you're going to have this like downloads and insights, I feel like, oh, wait, no, I did the solar return all year. So writing it down, where is this happening in your natal chart? It is, oh, in your 11th house of groups, organizations, hopes and dreams on your Venus and Mercury. Yeah, I think this and the Saturn in this in the ninth. So you're putting in the hard work and the supportive energy into the doctorate, the publishing, all of this kind of stuff. Yeah, and Venus in your chart is associated with your fourth house of family, as well as your 11th house of friends, groups, hopes, and dreams as a Cancer rising. And yeah. And as a Taurus, there's this first house, 11th house theme as well. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm excited for you. I think this could be a really great year. Are you are you married or single or what?
I am single, divorced, yeah, and kind of like the other person you're talking to, not actively looking, but open to what might come. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jupiter is coming to your Saturn. Saturn rules the seventh house of the partner. So Jupiter, the conjunction on your Venus, that could be meeting someone new. So if you're open to it, it could be someone could be coming for you surprisingly at a conference through a friend, a group or an organization, those kinds of things. Yeah.
Well, that's fun to hear. I'm very open to it in an organic way like that. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Well, good luck. Let me know.
Okay, thank you. That helps ease my anxieties about the year. So that's very helpful. Thank you.
I think, you're putting in the energy, you have something in line that you want to grow, the 11th house. Don't be afraid to ask a benefactor or someone for help. You might be surprised how willing people are to help you. Yeah, so that and then that's support and structure for doing your dissertation.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
And you're writing. You're welcome. Okay, Ashley.
There's so many different examples. Let's see something we haven't seen yet. Sextile ascendant trine Venus, quincunx Mercury, and I don't know what else I wrote there, but it's for Kelly Schwartz.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Nice to see you.
Mercury and Moon.
Okay.
So do you have my info? So November 29, 1989. Born 7:10 p.m.
Okay.
in New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay. Great. Let's see. So are you really ambitious? Why
Sort
not?
of, I guess so. Maybe.
Mm.
I think ambitions and then like determination and follow through, that's where I lack. But yeah, I think I have ideas. Yeah.
Oh, well, you've got Mars, Pluto. Like
Yeah, that's
that
true. Yes.
that's like will and drive and
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Oh, so it's trying. Are you single or in a relationship?
I'm single.
Ah,
We can't see the chart, Celeste.
you can't see that?
Now we can, sorry.
Okay. No worries. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. So this conjunction as a Cancer rising, did you notice both Kelly and Jana are 17-degree Cancer rising?
Oh my gosh. And that's so funny because I'm a therapist, I'm a clinical social worker. So we have like some overlap, and my MC is in Pisces, and that's very much like social work. I don't know what hers was, but that's so funny.
Yeah. Now you have
Feels kind of.
yeah. Now you have Neptune's going to be at your midheaven at that time. You said you're a social worker?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Yeah,
thinking of
therapist.
changing jobs?
Not like out of the field or anything, but I am like looking to make moves because I just moved. I'm doing telehealth, but I'm like looking to expand and try like something different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Neptune coming to your midheaven can be like dissolving the
Mm.
current job you have. And Jupiter and Uranus can be the money you make from the 11th house, the money you make from the work you do. So there could be like growth or some kind of raise or something like that with it. And Venus rules your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and groups. So networking to get
Mhm.
putting your information out there, letting people know, friends, acquaintances that you want, like, and get clear. What do you want from a job? What is the salary you want? What are the working hours you want? Da 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 da. And I want you to like manifest it because the North Node is in your 10th house. So
Mhm.
believe you can put your energy out there and bring it to you. You have Jupiter in Cancer where it's exalted in the 12th house of like hidden angels or helpers kind of thing. And it's opposite your Uranus. So you have a Jupiter Uranus opposition. 12th and 6th house. Yeah, a change in your 6th house. This could be like leaving like that job and getting another one or something, I think is what's likely going to happen for you because Venus rules money as well as relationships. But yeah, if you want a new love, this Uranus trine your Venus can be about yes, somebody great like kind of coming in, especially you have Saturn in Capricorn. You have Venus here. Yeah, I like it.
Well,
Get clear about what
interesting.
you want from a relationship. Mars sextile Venus sounds like sex to me. That's like takes you, that's dreamy, that's
That's
good.
funny. Yeah. Who knows? We'll see. No, but that resonates. Yeah, like work related and relationship with money too. I'm working on a lot. Just yeah, kind of changing some of that if that resonates as well. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it's mostly about work, but hey,
yeah,
you can meet someone new.
I'm open.
Well, good
All
luck.
right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next is Jasmine Romero, and she has it on her descendant.
Okay.
I believe. Jasmine,
Hello.
you can off mute. Thank you. And then you can just give Celeste your birth info.
Okay, my birthday is October 27, 1990, and born at 8:29 a.m. in Los Angeles, California.
Oop, I spelled that wrong. Okay. Hi, Jasmine.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you? Is that
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah.
Oh, good. Let's see. Okay. This is interesting.
Mhm.
Let me look at where's your progressed moon?
I think it's
Okay,
like in Taurus.
your
Yeah.
progressed moon's in Taurus too.
Mhm.
So this it's going to be lighting up your progressed moon And the thing that jumped out at me just looking at your chart is you have
Mhm.
Pluto at 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's opposite your ascendant and your Pluto. Now,
Mhm.
are you comfortable with that plutonic energy?
I think so. I've been in therapy for some time since like about my Saturn return. So I've learned to dive in a lot into like, just deep stuff. And I've been in therapy like for 3 years on a weekly basis. So there is a lot of stuff I've learned to tap into. I'm not saying that, I mean, there's times when I really do struggle, but I'm learning to use the energy in a very healthy way.
Oh, good. Yeah, because you have all this Scorpio energy in the
Mhm.
12th house. And yeah, I'm glad to hear you've been in therapy and doing some healing of whatever went on in
Mhm.
your childhood and
Yeah.
like maybe learning to be in more flow
Mhm.
with being able to release things rather than hold on to
Oh
everything
my gosh.
like
Yeah.
so tightly.
Mhm.
And you have Jupiter and Leo. And to me, that's like I'm getting like are you comfortable with where did it go? Where did it hold on one second. Are you comfortable with what was I gonna say? With Jupiter and Leo? What is going on? I don't know what is going on. Are you comfortable with like finding the esteem within rather than needing other people to constantly validate your worth?
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I think I did a lot of work around that. I'm especially like with my North Node in Aquarius and South Node in Leo, I have faced a lot of experiences where I'm, I had to learn how, if I'm going to be putting out work, it's not, to seek validations from others, but rather because there is a greater purpose that, it's serving like humanity or whatever. So that's kind of something that I'm doing now, like even with work, I'm in learning and development, and I'm helping with like leadership development programs where being able to help others develop like different like soft skills or power skills so that they can become better managers and become better in management. So this is something I started doing 2 years ago, but prior to that, up until my Saturn return, there was this constant theme where I wanted to do better and be better just so that I can have that validation and so that I can get praise and recognition.
I love that you've done all this work on yourself. Okay. And are you in a relationship or single or what?
I'm not, no. So my last relationship, I mean, ever since my Saturn return, I felt like a lot of things kind of just fell apart. I've been single since about 2020. Uranus was like directly opposed to my Venus. It was like retrograding back and forth. But I pretty much have been single for the past like going on 4 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's on your seventh house cusp. So I would say, do you feel healthy enough for a new relationship? Get
Oh, I
clear.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, I
Well,
probably have to do more work on myself. Yeah.
okay. Well, then
Mhm.
maybe it doesn't have to be coming in from that, but maybe a
Mhm.
new, a good new friend or a growth at work. It's like it's
Mhm.
trying your Saturn.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I saw that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's hitting Saturn, and Saturn, I don't know, it kind of has like an interesting relationship with my ascendant too. It's kind of almost touching
Yeah.
it. So yeah, there
Yeah.
there is a lot of work stuff going on. So
Mm.
that does seem to be a theme.
I think doing like continuing to do healing, I think
Mm-hmm.
that could be very healing. Yeah. And coming from someone outside of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a love relationship or anything. But with
Mm-hmm.
Pluto on your North Node in Aquarius, like you are here to do something that is impacting
Mm-hmm.
people, bringing more fairness and equity or balance and yeah, using your voice. Do you like to write?
I do. I mean, writing, yes, reading and writing is definitely something that has helped me a lot. I've learned to tap into like my Mars and Gemini as well. It's retrograde. So for the longest time, I'm like, oh, something's broken. But I have learned that, journaling and writing, especially like if I'm writing about like the stars or mythology or something like that, that always brings like some kind of joy to my heart.
Okay. Yeah. Well, keep doing your writing, journaling, whatever. Maybe if you're comfortable, share some of it in some way, a
Yeah.
blog, a newsletter, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or just do it for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this could be really like a healing
Mm-hmm.
transit for you and like continuing, like you're already doing. When did you start therapy?
It was it was like December of 2020.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah.
So right when Jupiter
Yeah.
and Saturn met in
Yes.
Aquarius,
Yeah.
near your North
Uh-huh.
Node, you put in the
Mm-hmm.
work, Saturn, to do
Mm-hmm.
the healing, Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe you'll feel like, oh, I've really broken through something around this time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
you
I
will
hope
be,
so.
maybe you will be ready for a relationship. The fifth house is a house of dating, and that's where the eclipse is going to be. So,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, I love it. I think, but yeah,
Cool.
trust, have optimism about what
Mm-hmm.
the universe is bringing to you.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Next is M, and I'm going to spell her name, Miljana. And you can come off mute and give Celeste your birth info. But she says this conjunction is happening near her moon, and she's thinking it could bring a twin pregnancy.
Oh, okay, let's look at it.
Yeah, hi. My date is June 27th, 92.
Okay.
7:10 p.m. Well, I'll spell it since it's in Serbia. It's P-A-N P, no
Oh,
E. Yeah.
PAN?
P-A-N C E V O.
In
Yeah.
Serbia?
Yeah, in Serbia.
Okay. And how do you say your name?
Miljana.
Miljana. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So the first thing that jumps out at me looking at your chart is that um, Pluto is squaring your Mercury. So have you like felt like you're like going under a complete transformation about how you think, or a lot of stuff coming up, like shadow stuff coming up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that communication is one of my biggest topics at this point, like transforming my way of communication.
And I should say Pluto is opposite your Mercury. It's not square. Sorry. Um,
Yeah.
are you being like tested from somebody outside of yourself? Like really
Well,
pushing you to
not really. I'm kind of in hermit mode. But yeah, some stuff happened, and that made me rethink my communication skills.
Okay, so you've already experienced whatever it was. Okay. And what kind of work do you do?
Well, trying to learn more about communication and trying to listen
Oh.
more instead of speaking too much. So trying
Mm.
to create, space for people and to be active listener.
Okay. And you think you're going to have twins? Why? Do they run in your family?
Well, not so much, but I kind of my mother also always wanted them, and I always wanted them. And this is kind of, some feeling that that's the way it will go.
Well, your
Yeah,
progress moon is in the eighth house, which can be about, it is in the sign of Cancer, which is the sign of the mother right now.
Mhm.
And Jupiter's Jupiter's in your 5th house. The transit is quincunx your ascendant. Pregnancy is possible. Yeah, especially when Jupiter gets to your moon. I don't know about twins, but well, you have Mars and Gemini there. Your progressed Mars and Gemini in the 5th house here. So it's a possibility. Yeah, a kid is definitely something that could be coming. Are you trying to get pregnant?
Well, actually, I'm trying to currently to get back with my ex, but since
Oh.
Venus retrograde kind of, yeah, shake things up a bit. But regardless of that, I have this really strong feeling that this April transit will bring something big, you know.
Ah, so you're trying to get back with your ex.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was trying to wait for the, Mercury retrograde shadow to be over before I contact him.
Okay, so you're doing some work to try to improve that relationship. Well, Jupiter it's going to station retrograde on your descendant. So, so it's possible to get back and forth, back and forth. Has this been a on and off relationship?
Well, it's been a bit long distance, but it was consistent in that. But it's our second time. We were together 9 years ago and then again now.
9 years ago was a nodal reversal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and the South Node is going through your 10th house. So,
And his 7th house.
Yeah.
And actually my nodes are on his 4th and 10th on the top of those houses, and his nodes are on my ascendant and descendant. So I believe it's pretty important relationship.
But sometimes, like with South Node and Cancer, we can hold on to things too long. Yeah, I think with Pluto, like there's a lot going on. Pluto is opposite your Mercury. So I wonder if there's some obsession. Mercury rules your 7th house. So obsession, Pluto opposite. Are you projecting all this stuff onto this person? That's not necessarily. I want you to really think about why you want to get back with this person rather than maybe meet someone new who you'll have a relationship that just stays together with. Because you have your moon in Taurus. So when you're like connected to someone, it can be really hard to let go. Yeah. And this Jupiter Uranus in your 5th house could also be meeting someone new for dating. Yeah. It's squaring your Saturn. Squaring your Saturn. Yeah. Okay. Which rules your 2nd house cusp. Oh, I pulled Rhino Spirit for you. Overcome any obstacle in reverse. Let me just tell you what that means. Let's see. The appearance of an obstacle in front of you offers you a choice. Barrel into it and bang your head, or find the easiest way around it and don't find it. Are you exhausted by your efforts to break through an obstacle? Are you stubbornly insisting there's only one way to remove it from your path? Rhino Spirit is here to tell you that sometimes the answer is no, sometimes it's no, not yet, and sometimes it's no, not the way you think it should be. Open to new possibilities and you will find other options begin to appear. Not every conflict is worth engaging in, and not every obstacle is worth resisting head on. Don't waste energy banging your head against a wall. Well, I think that's really clear.
Yeah.
Maybe consider like cutting the cord between this relationship that's not worked twice now, and bring in the
No, no,
love.
the first time it was like just a fling. It wasn't really a relationship.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the card. So you can do with it what you will. But whatever
Yeah.
happens, I hope it brings you joy, and you get the twins you want eventually.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, we're up
Um,
again. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead. Well, if we could maybe just do one random person that didn't have the aspect.
Oh yeah, let's do a couple random people if people want to. I can go over if you're okay, Ashley, going over a
Oh
little.
yeah, I'm okay. So if you can put in your random number generator, 1 through 54, and then I'll just
Okay.
whatever comes up.
Oh, thank you so much, Ashley. 54.
Yeah.
21, number 21.
Okay, 21, Delia, Delia.
Okay.
If you are still here, feel free to come off mute. No, maybe they left.
Okay. We'll do another one. Number 2.
Number 2 is Grace Looney.
Okay. Hi, Grace.
Hey, Celeste.
How are you?
I am good.
Okay.
I'm kind of weirdo because I have both things because it's sitting on my ascendant
Oh, yeah.
and I hit the random number generator.
Well, you must need to get it looked at. Okay. Let's see. And let's see. Your progress moon is in Libra, soon to go into your 5th house. Wanting more balance in your daily work life. Your
Oh,
work is
yeah.
kind of intense, right?
Work is insane, but that's typical of the industry I'm in. So,
Okay. So this is activating your chart in a lot of ways. April 20th. Let me go to April 20th. So it is trine your Mars in the 9th house. Are you planning any trips or vacations or classes or?
actually looking at a certification sometime around then. So,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah, putting in, maybe you'll need to like have more alone time to do the studying for the certification. I
Could
say that
be.
because it's happening in your 12th house, but it's trying your Mars, and Mars rules your 12th house. So needing some, as well as the 7th house. I don't know if your husband will have to travel for work or have some sibling thing or something like that.
Entirely possible.
Mhm. And it's squaring your progressed sun in the 10th house. So that could be like opportunities at work. Maybe this is just about you doing your certification. Is it just something you have to do, or does it give you any potential for growth?
It gives potential for growth. And there's some
Ah,
other stuff under the scenes too that might pop.
okay. Yeah, I think there might be some kind of growth or something with this. Um, Growth was something with this for you, and something in around your daily life and job and stuff like that. I like it. And then Jupiter is coming to your ascendant, and it'll be in your 1st house. So that to me, like, you get your certification, you put in the work, you get this promotion at work, and yeah.
It feels like something's coming So we shall
And
see.
yeah, and then you're going to have a Jupiter return.
Indeed.
Very, this could be very nice. Yeah. And you just had you're having your Saturn, your
I
second
am in
Saturn
number
return.
2.
Ah, could you be taking it on some kind of leadership in an organization or group or?
Might be at work.
Okay. Well, I think you got your story because it's
Yeah, I
also
kind of figured. You've
in a
just
trine
totally
with your,
reinforced what I thought maybe.
yeah, it's in trine with your Uranus and Pluto. So your self-expression will lead you to, I could feel it's like kind of like you do the work, ask for what you want, and then bring it in.
Cool.
Ah. Well, great. So good to see you, Grace.
Good to talk to you too, and everybody else.
Okay. Let's see. Let me do another one. Ah, 3.
3 is Jeannie Lee, Geanny, or sorry, Jeanny.
Hi,
Yes.
Jeannie. Are you still here?
Hi, I'm here.
I think I have your information in here. I think. November 6th?
Correct.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to see you, Celeste.
Nice to see you too. Okay. Oh, it's happening on your Chiron. Now, isn't this interesting? Grace had a 27-degree Taurus ascendant, and it's your midheaven. So, are you making any plans to change jobs or going for some kind of promotion or anything?
Well, I'm currently in a transitional position, and the last couple years was pretty much like dissolving, just the career that I thought was going to be my career, and so like I'm in transition, and the position that I'm in is a temporary position. So yeah, like I feel like I'm in the middle of like my spiritual awakening. So like I feel like I'm in like the void like phase of it, because the last couple years has really just been about like letting go and dissolving like just what's not aligned with me, and my
Yeah.
career was part of that too.
Wow, yeah. Okay, because the South Node was in Scorpio, and then you had the eclipses on your sun. Like last May, there was an eclipse to your sun. Was that the lunar eclipse? Did anything big happen last May or last October?
I can't think of anything specifically, but
But it's all about this dissolving. Yeah.
right, it was just all about still in that like letting go phase, and just still in that energy of just letting things go.
Well, your moon just went into your progressed moon just went into the sign of Libra, which is around relationships. It's in your second house. Like it feels like you may be getting some drive to make some money moves. And if you put in the energy, maybe something will pop where you'll get, like, I can see a new relationship. Are you single?
Yes. I'm like, yeah, it's like the other two where it's like my focus is not, like finding somebody, but I mean, I think I'm open to it, but I think I'm more focused on
money.
I think right now I'm just focused on, yeah, stability and like, yeah, I feel like I'm in the void phase of like my awakening where it's just like it feels like nothing is happening. So I'm just really just trying to stay present and like grounded, but I think I'm more focused on just yeah, I would say career and like like possible, moving back to California, but I'm at a place where I don't exactly have a plan, and like I don't know exactly where in California. Like I'm from there. So I'm currently in the Pacific Northwest, and I've been here for like 6 years, but I've been feeling the call to move back. But I feel like there's still integration that still needs to be, there's still some things that I need to integrate, I think, before that happens, if that
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's happening in your ninth house, so there could be a surprise opportunity that comes up that helps you move. So if you want to be applying for jobs in the Bay Area or California, wherever, this may be a good time for you to do it because as Jupiter is
Okay.
climbing to your midheaven, you could get unexpected blessings and growth and things. Um, and
So
Jupiter.
so it's starting now, and like how long is this phase? Like you're saying it's a good time to start applying then.
Yes, I think so because it's happening on your Chiron. Chiron can be activated, can be about the career or as well as like love relationships, but you're focused on your career. So Jupiter, Uranus on your Chiron could be like great healing. You said you're in a spiritual awakening, so more of that. But it could also
Mhm.
be like, oh, you get this new opportunity to help you expand or learn something new or move somewhere or go on a long distance trip, all this kind of stuff. Jupiter rules your seventh house, your eighth house, and part of your fourth house. So moving could be a possibility.
So
Hmm.
is it like just, focusing on taking inspired actions and
I think,
like
yeah. Like, what do you want to do? Do you know what you want for your next career move?
that's the thing. Like I'm still exploring right now with that because
Hmm.
like, with the career that I let go of, I mean, the inspiration to, go into that field and complete the program, it was real
Hmm.
and it was there, and but then it wasn't what I expected. But then I feel
Hmm.
like that process was it was meant to be, but I'm not at a place where, um I can fully understand that yet, like why did I go through that process?
Hmm.
And so like I'm at a place where I'm exploring what's my career move and,
Okay.
what that looks like.
Okay. Well, at the time of the transit, your progressed moon is in within 2 degrees of your progressed Venus by trine, and Venus rules your midheaven. So I'd suggest you start working on getting clear. Pluto went into Aquarius yesterday, the sign of your moon, as well as your progressed Venus. So putting in the effort to figure out what you want to do, maybe make some decisions and take some actions and get going because you have this opportunity and this transit is in effect now, but it's peaking in August. And then,
Okay, so
I
like
mean, not in
basically
August,
from
in
now,
April.
so now until April, it will be that span of time where like you're saying that like, the energies will work best for me, like
Well, the energy
in
is
terms of,
growing and then it peaks and then it starts to fall off. So it'll still
oh,
be
okay.
it'll still be energetically until May 25th when Jupiter moves into Gemini. So yeah,
So I
I would
have a good chunk of time then.
you have a chunk of time. It's going to go by like that. So I would say get going.
Okay. So these energies will help me get clear then.
I think so. Yeah. If you focus and sometimes we need to move forward even when we're not clear.
Right.
So like make some decisions, take some actions of like, what do you want? Do you want to be more secure and stable with your progressed moon in your second house? Well, what can you do to make yourself more secure and stable? You might not get your dream job right away, but you might, but like taking action to do so, especially
Well,
if
what
you
is the
need the
progressed
money.
moon? What is a progressed moon in my chart? What is that rule?
The progressed moon in your chart, it just carries the light. That means emotionally you're focused on second house topics, your talents, your money, your resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Bringing more balance so that you can, yeah. bring some more balance there. But I better go. I want to do a one or two more before I get off.
Thank you so much, Celeste. Very helpful. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. Okay, 26, Ashley.
26 is Deacon.
Hi, Ashley. Are you still there?
Oh, I'm here.
Great.
You can give Celeste your birth info.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I was born on August 17th, 1992 at 4:13 p.m. in Fremont, Arizona.
Okay.
I mean, Fremont, Michigan. I'm sorry. I'm in Arizona.
Is it two E's or one?
It's just one.
Okay. Fremont, Michigan. Okay. Ashley is a Leo sun. Oh, Leo sun, Aries moon, and Sag rising. So you are a
Yes.
fiery person.
I am.
Do you feel the fire? Have you embraced it, or did your childhood try to tap it out of you, or what?
I had a dynamic childhood, so my parents weren't together, so it was kind of cool because at my mom's, I was super busy, full on, constant go, go, go. And at my dad's, I feel like I incorporated a lot of my earth energy because I was able to go out in the woods and just go look at the trees and the rivers and kind of hang out and things like that. And yeah, I do Krav Maga, so I'm a blue belt in Krav Maga, working towards my brown belt, and I go to the gym to take out all my fireness.
I love that. Sagittarius rising, and you do Krav Maga. Beautiful. And you have Venus and Jupiter conjunct. That's going to happen in like around May 25th. They're going to meet. So there could be a story for you. Are you planning any travel around May, June?
I was gonna go to Disney World. One of my friends offered to take me and my twins to Disney World, but then somebody told me that in California it's gonna be super hot and sticky around that time because our birthday's May 15th.
What?
So yeah, I don't know. I have to look into it. Somebody just told me that, so I don't
Okay.
know.
California is never sticky.
I don't know. Somebody told me that.
I think the weather is very nice in May in Anaheim. So yeah.
Maybe they were thinking of Florida. I don't know.
Florida's hot and sticky, not California. So anyway, that sounds like fun. And that's would be aligned with this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your 5th house, getting a gift to take your children to Disney World is Jupiter-Uranus for sure. It's it's like trying your natal Jupiter and Venus from a friend. That's your Venus Jupiter. Are you just a lucky person?
I have been throughout my life. I feel like it's a double-edged sword. I feel like in this life I came to do a lot of fighting. Like I feel like every
Fire.
scenario has been like a fight for me to get out of the other side, like to express my truth or to be who I am or to overcome a situation. I mean, maybe many people feel like that. But yeah, I feel like it's just a lot of fighting, to be
Well,
honest.
you have Venus and Mars in a square. Yeah,
Interesting.
so there's tension between like relationships, like trying to serve too much, maybe,
That's what I dealt
versus
with in the past. But I've learned and grown a lot from that because when I grew up in Michigan, it was right on my Mars, what do you call that, astrocartography thing? It was on my Mars line when I grew up in Michigan. So now that I live in Arizona, now that I've come down here, I've done a lot of reflection and healing of who I was in Michigan.
Oh, good. Well, I love how you have Mars trine Saturn. Yeah, you've got all this fire energy. Yeah, something about growth and opportunity with the kids and all of that is great. Are you looking the eclipse on March 25th is across your midheaven and your IC. So I wonder if you'll change jobs or anything around that time.
Yeah, that's my biggest struggle right now is I'm currently in a contract position with a staffing agency and it's going so-so, but I have a criminal background in criminal justice and criminology. I've worked for
Ooh.
the sheriff's department, I've worked for the superior courts. I tried to work for a lawyer last year, but then that eclipse took me out of that situation because it was a toxic work environment. And I'm
Mm.
really trying to find my path. I feel very, very lost in my career right now, like more lost than I ever have.
Well, the eclipse in October 14th was to your progressed Venus.
Hmm.
The 21, it was at 21 Libra. Venus rules your midheaven. You feel lost at your job. You had to let something go. Well,
Hmm.
put your energy into finding something new. I love the criminal justice. This Jupiter rules justice. Uranus, you could be, and it's really close to your sixth house cusp. Opposite Pluto, you could get like a surprise opportunity to be back in law enforcement. So if that's what you
Okay.
want, I'd put my energy into doing that.
And you said just to kind of recap, you said that was around March.
March 25th is a lunar eclipse in Libra, where it's going to be at four, I think it's 4 or 5 Libra, where it could be yeah, you get a surprise promotion or something, or a new job.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
And then sorry, just one more thing. For this particular Uranus Jupiter transit, is that the one on May 25th? I thought that was on April 20th. I was confused.
Okay, so the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is April 20th, but it's happening now. They're getting tighter
Oh,
and tighter and tighter. So the efforts you're putting in now to get what you want may peak or pop earlier than August or April 20th. And
hmm,
since your midheaven and IC are being impacted by the eclipse, that's why I'm thinking there could be some change in your work.
got it. That makes more sense. Thank you
Yeah,
so
and
much.
Jupiter's trining your natal Venus right now. It's moving to trine your Venus and probably around, let's look at March 25th, because the eclipses also tell our story. You can see how Jupiter is right near your Venus, which rules your midheaven, and Jupiter, which is like the natural ruler of luck, and Venus they both rule resources. So if you put your energy in, like now,
Hmm.
you may have a job sooner rather than later.
Fantastic. That's great news because I was really feeling super lost. And this position has been a little bit of adaptation going from a criminal justice background to a staffing agency is two totally different animals. And so just
Mm.
trying to do it for now as I'm kind of regrouping to figure out my path forward. So
Mm.
that's very helpful. I really appreciate that insight.
Okay, great. Well, you're very welcome. Yeah, put your energy in, and I think you could get something that you want.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Take good care.
Likewise.
Okay. Well, I'm starting to kind of lose it a little bit, so I think I better stop there. Are there any questions about the class or anything that people have?
There
Okay.
was there was a question earlier about clarification on if you sign up for 102, you said something about 101, maybe? Or
Yeah,
was
if
it
you want, you can purchase the recording for 101 when you sign up for 102, and you can catch up, by watching it between now and the 31st. Yeah, it's 6 classes. They're like 2 hours each, and that'll help you catch up if you would like to do both. Like if you'd like to take 201, but you got to know the basics because we're just gonna with uh jump in with learning more, like the house rulerships and stuff. There'll be talk about the basics, but you should know the general astrology before you start.
Celeste, it's
Yeah.
kind of I I want to ask you more about a question in my read, but I think I'll book book a reading with you. Can you email me your calendar and I'll just book a time or something like that?
Oh yeah, just go to astrologybyceleste.com and my services page, and you can just book the reading.
Yeah, I follow you on Instagram, so that's how I find it. But I was wondering if it'd be okay if you send me your calendar link,
Okay,
or
I'll send you the link to book it.
it's just easier because, like I said, most of the time I'm by myself.
Oh, good, Donna. Wonderful. I'm glad you're signed up for the class. I'll see you there. And yeah, Candace, oh, I have you
Yeah.
here. I'll just drop it in your um in your yeah.
And you cannot buy 101 without signing up for 201, correct?
Well, if you just want 101, email me and I'll send you the link to get it. Yeah. Yeah, you can buy it. Great. Well, I look forward to seeing everyone who's signing up for the class. It's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, it's going to be, yeah, I think you'll really enjoy adding these additional skills and things. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you everyone for coming and for those sharing your birth information so we could see the astrology come to light. You can always just come get a reading with me. Or if I do like mini readings at the New Moon workshop, so you can come to one of those as well. And there's not as many people there, and I can do more. So yeah. But thank you so much. This has been such a pleasure. Thank you, Ashley, as always,
Yes.
for helping. And Lara, I don't think I did any tangents.
They were so minor. It was a blip when you started talking about True Detective and Ashley chimed in. And then there was a teeny blip the second time you mentioned Kanye. It was when you had the Taurus sun and rising slide, and you were like, oh no, wait, he's a Gemini, but he's got Mars and Venus in Taurus, and he's now has titanium teeth. You were awesome.
Thank you. Oh, tell
Yeah,
us about are you still, did anything happen with the guy?
Okay. I think something will happen. Look, he's happily married, child on the East Coast.
Oh.
Great. But the thing is, he was my childhood crush. I cannot tell you. I think there's something past life, karmic, whatever. And he's not on social. And I had been thinking about him for years. And this is a guy that I called on his birthday. He shares a birthday with Shakespeare every year. I moved away when I was 13, but I kept in touch with those friends. I went to their high school, graduation. And I've been thinking about him for decades. And I would try occasionally to look, but obviously I'm not that good because he's not on social, but he found me and he said he's been thinking about me for a long time. And he's obviously paying attention to what I'm doing. It was the most loving phone call. Things happened when we were kids. There were some things and it's that have affected me greatly. But when I mentioned that I didn't want to move away when I moved, he said, I'm so sorry I wasn't a better friend to you then.
Oh.
And I mean, it was an hour and a half conversation. It was crazy and fabulous. And whenever I've had a bad day since then, I go, but so and so called me because it meant so much to my heart and my
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so sometime I am going to book a reading with you, and I do kind of, I don't know if I can get his chart information, but there's something there.
Yeah.
At least this chapter was just very healing. And, I think I'm going to text him on his birthday because I found a picture of us from when we were kids.
Yeah.
And I'll just say happy birthday. I don't have any attachments, but it was so fabulous. So thank you for asking.
Yes, and that's what Melissa said earlier about how this transit can be really healing, and it's already happening. You got this surprise call out of the blue, Uranus. It was during Mercury retrograde, right?
It was.
Though you're hearing from someone from your past, and Jupiter, like you reunited, and it feels so good. Like just even though he's across the country, married, all of that.
It's not even about that. It's just about something bigger than that.
Yeah, it's some soulful healing thing. I love it. That is so great. Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, everyone, take good care.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, take good care. And I might do something else closer to the actual transit where we talk more about the mundane events. But yeah, thanks for coming.
Celeste, you're
And I'll send the
awesome.
recording out soon.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much.